Well, the Texas tornado has touched down in Houston, Texas, and the bad boys are back. It's safe to say the bad boys are back, and you better believe we're going to talk about it. Welcome to the official Bad Boys Texas After Show, only on Damien After Dark. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below this video. You are not going to want to miss a beat. Also, support the channel by clicking the thumbs up button. I'll love you forever if you do that. And last but not least, join the conversation because your opinion, and your voice deserves to be heard. It's important. It's a part of this equation. So make sure you guys comment and leave me your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the season premiere. It's been a minute since we've seen the Bad Boys back on TV. And here we are with season 2. Season 2, if you remember, originally it was Bad Boys Houston, but they ended up changing the title to Bad Boys Texas, and apparently the boys are going to be in Houston, Dallas, and Austin during their duration of their time on this show. So I guess it's going to be like a mini Baddies, where instead of going to different cities in different parts of the country, they're going to different cities in Texas. They're going to go to these 3 different cities in Texas. So I think it's going to be a good season. Now, season 1, there's a lot of things we need to get into. We will go ahead and just start at the top. I will say, it's safe to say that the first 20 minutes of this episode was dedicated to Orlando Brown. And it seems like they've invested a lot in him, and I'm not really sure why, because I don't really care for him like that. Do y'all care for Orlando Brown like that? No, don't get me wrong. He's brought some funny confessionals, okay? We can't take that away from him. He has brought some funny confessionals. It's kind of crazy seeing him now and growing up with him. If you were a 90s baby, you probably grew up with him on That's So Raven. It's watching him on the Disney Channel in the early 2000s. And to kind of see where he's at now, we've seen him in the news, just in and out of trouble and always saying really salacious, problematic shit. Just crazy shit. Let me just say crazy. And I didn't know if his mental health was going to be good enough to do this show, but I mean, so far what I've seen, he seems like he's okay. He seems like he's mentally there enough to do the show. I guess we'll have to see as the season goes what happens. If, because I was thinking, Zeus, why would y'all be exploiting this guy when he's in a time of his life to where he's not mentally his best? But my thing is, maybe this is just who Orlando Brown is. Maybe this isn't a mental problem. Maybe he's gotten help for his mental health. He's just, got this big personality. Or maybe it's a drug problem. I don't know. There's more layers to Orlando that we're going to see, I guess, as we watch this show. The show opens with Natalie, of course. Y'all know Natalie was not going to produce this and not be on camera, too. So, of course, we see Natalie. She opens the show, and she's going to pick Orlando Brown up from jail. They're in Lima, Ohio. All the way in Lima, Ohio. I'm like, where in the hell is Lima, Ohio? No shade to my Ohioans if you're watching. It was random. I'm like, Ohio. But then apparently we find out he was there filming a movie. And then something went left with the director. And there he ended up in jail. I'm not sure. We didn't really get details. Maybe we should go out there and dig. If any of y'all know why Orlando Brown was in jail in Lima, Ohio, and what happened between him and this film director, spill the tea in the comments. Let us know. That's what y'all are here for, right? To help contribute to the show. Now, not Orlando. Okay, just when I thought you was in your right mind, Orlando, he said when Natalie came and rescued him from jail, it felt like Rihanna had come and rescued him. Rihanna? Natalie Nunn and Rihanna? Now, Orlando, you had me until you said that. You felt like Rihanna had come. Now, Rihanna somewhere like, now, why am I in it? Why Natalie and Rihanna? Child, I'm like, I know he did not compare this woman to Rihanna. That's why I think some still ain't the wheels ain't turning up here, Orlando. Now, he's got an ankle monitor on him. And my first reaction was, how the hell is he supposed to film this show when he's on house arrest? Were y'all thinking that? I was thinking that. I'm like, how is he supposed to film this show when he's on house arrest? And then we see him go talk to his attorney, and the attorney tells him that they just want to know where he's at all times. That if he can prove that he's not a liability, if they can prove that he's not going to run, that he can wear this ankle monitor, and that just pretty much tracks them. So I'm like, I ain't never heard of no kind of house arrest like this where you can just go where you want. They just want to see where you're going. I'm not saying it's not real. Obviously, it is real. I just never heard of it. But then it made sense as to why he would get that kind of treatment. It's because when you drop $25,000 cash, that money started talking. That money started talking. Natalie, after she picks him up, she tells Orlando that the court told her, when she went in to pay his bail, the courts told her that the highest cash bond anyone had ever paid for a single individual was $10,000. And Natalie paid $25,000 cash. We saw the cat. We saw her pulling it out of her purse. The big stacks of money. They pulling up in big blacked out SUVs. So I'm like, money talks. It'll get you anywhere in this world. Because I guarantee you, had that money not been dropped, Orlando would have been on regular house arrest. Hell, he wouldn't even got on house arrest. He'd still be in the damn jail. But another thing I wondered was, did that $25,000 come out of his stipend? Did that $25,000 come out of his check? Or did Zeus just want him on the show that bad to where they paid $25,000 to get him out of jail, plus his fee? Because here's the thing, they get paid for being on the show. Then they're going to get paid for the club appearances that they do while they're on the show as well. So on top of that, Orlando's going to get money for being on the show. He's going to get money for club appearances. And y'all going to pay a $25,000 bond to get him out. I mean, y'all would have thought they was bailing Chris Brown out. Y'all would have thought they was bailing fucking Michael B. Jordan out of jail to be on this show. I just wasn't Orlando. Listen, I'm not hating on him. Great for him. If Zeus wanted him that bad and they can go help get this black man out of jail, go right ahead. White people do it all the damn time. So, again, just as I was thinking that Orlando is back in his right mind, we see him in his Airbnb, his hotel room, whatever, getting his hair cut, and he gets the Zeus logo lined up in the back of his head with the lightning bolt right here. And I'm just like, God damn. But then I was thinking, okay, maybe he's just excited to be back on TV and have this opportunity. Maybe he's just excited to be making money again. Or maybe he's like, I'm indebted to Zeus now. They came and got me out of jail when I was at my lowest. They gave me an opportunity. They put me on TV. So maybe that's his way of thanking them. I don't know. So, Carry On is back. Y'all know, if you watch the after shows on Bad Boys Season 1, y'all know how much I loved Carry On. I'm so glad Carry On's back. Why am I glad Carry On's back? Because he's not a thirsty bitch. Carry On is not a thirst bucket. He doesn't have to claw his way in front of the camera. He doesn't have to, this my city, this my city, this my city, left and he don't have to do that. Some guys, like myself, some guys, we don't have to come in with the rah-rah. When we walk into a room, our presence is the rah-rah, okay? Some guys, when you walk into the room, heads just turn. People, they just talk with you. Other guys and girls, unfortunately, that don't happen for them. So they have to do this my city, I run this shit. They got to do all the fighting. They got to do all the extra shit to get noticed. But if you notice, Carry On and Prince and guys like him, they can just sit in the background like this. But you gonna know they there. Okay? Carry On, first thing he said when he came back is, these boys selling dick and ass, but I'll pass. that, I don't know what it was about that line. I'm like, yes. Yeah, because I mean, he wasn't lying. Half the cast sell dick and ass. And I ain't shading it. Listen, you offer me enough money. What you want? What you want? You offer me enough money. What you want? What you want? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even shading the boys who sell dick and ass, because if the money was right, I'd sell some dick and ass too. But as for now, I'll pass, as Carry On says. Now, Carry On, which, speaking of Carry On and dick and ass, I'm curious to see, you know, last season we saw his little flirtatious thing with Gutta. So I'm interested to see how he is this season. Does he still claim to be bisexual, pansexual, whatever? Is he still this free spirit, or is he going to try to conform with the straight boys? I don't think he will, because he wasn't having that last season with Down Low Mo and Curtis. He wasn't playing that shit, so I don't think he will this season. I'm just interested to see how life has been for Carry On since. Now, he addressed, y'all remember we talked about it here on the channel, he was arrested last year for allegedly like this murder, crazy shit. If you don't remember, you can go back and watch my video. We talked about it here. There was a gun found in his car, and they were trying to link it to this girl who was murdered and was missing. And anyway, he talked about it on the show, and he said it was false. It was all accusations. Nothing was true. So our man is free. I'm glad to see him free. I'm glad to see that none of that was true. Not sure what happened with it. I don't know if they were just trying to paint him as this person. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad to see that he's not behind bars, okay? Because Carry On's too pretty to be behind bars. They tear him up back behind there. I'm not so excited to see Anthony back. I don't know. He just wasn't. I don't know. I had this love-hate thing with Anthony. I like him, but he does too much of the rah-rah too. This is my city. I run. Like, everybody wants to be Natalie Nunn, and everybody can't be Natalie Nunn. Come up with something new. Come up with something original. Stop with the I run this. This is my city. It's tired. I'm bored. I'm bored, okay? Anthony, to me, looked like he had work done. Did y'all think that? If y'all noticed, his cheekbones were like really high and puffy. Like, it just looked like he had a lot of filler in his face. I'm not shading him for it. You want to get filler? Go for it. It's just an observation. But, you know, as soon as he opened his mouth, I was over Anthony. I'm like, Prince. Y'all already know how I feel about Prince. I ain't got a bad word to say about Prince. If you remember when I did the casting video, when I came on here and I told y'all who was going to be the season 2 cast of Bad Boys Texas, y'all know I told y'all about how Prince helped me get weed when I was down and out in Miami and I had no fucking weed, and I hit him up and he gave me his plug's number. You can go watch that video as well for that story. So Prince does no wrong in my book, okay? He does no wrong in my book. He's a sweetheart, and he got a big dick. He got a big old dick. Big old dick. Chef D. Chef D is the one who's known for cooking for celebrities, celebrity chef. He dated Saucy Santana for clout and celebrity. I don't care what nobody says. You'll never convince me that Chef D was into Saucy Santana like that. He was a biased casting decision. Chef D was a biased casting choice. It's not like he just had this amazing personality and they wanted Chef D. Chef D has known Natalie for quite a few years now. They were friends before the show. That's how he was chosen. That's how he was chosen. Let's just be real. Let's call a spade a spade. Chef, I'm not hating. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. Y'all don't believe me? Go check the receipts. Go Google Chef D and Natalie 2020. Chef D and Natalie 2021. It'll pop up. They were friends before all this. So you can't tell me that they just chose him because, oh, this dude has personality and is a star. No, you chose him because he was biased and he's been begging you to be on TV for years, okay? Chef D, let me tell you something about Chef D. He's a big, messy stunt queen. Okay? And y'all saw it tonight. He's a punk. Not a P-U-N-K, a P-O-N-K. He's a punk. And we saw it tonight on tonight's episode. And he proved it in this episode. We'll get into that. Now, I'm with Orlando. Orlando says, all this is my city, this is my city. Like, it gets old. It's stop. Stop. I just want to fucking pull what hair I have out of my head when somebody says that. Like, no, bitch, it's not your city. Are you the mayor? Are you the fucking mayor? No. Sit down. Now, Big Lou had me like this for a second. Whew. I got a little hot and I got a little hard at the same time. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Big Lou is fine, okay? He's fine. Now, as the episode aired, I'm like, damn, Big Lou, you should have just not opened your mouth, because he's cute when his mouth's closed. Then he starts, and it's just, it goes out the window for me. But apparently we got two cast members with ankle monitors. Orlando Brown, and apparently Relly got an ankle monitor on too. I'm like, damn, y'all really casted some like bad boys. They got fucking ankle monitors on. Like, what the fuck could y'all possibly have done to got ankle monitors on your fucking ankle? Now look, the stuff Jonathan did on this episode, I didn't agree with. And the thing about Jonathan that I originally loved, and I still like Jonathan, but the thing, because a lot of y'all say, well, Jonathan's a bully and this and that, but this is the thing and why I really like Jonathan. Because Jonathan represents the gay men that are not to be fucked with, okay? Most people would see Jonathan and they'd hear that he does hair and all this, and they would think he's just a punk, just this little gay punk that ain't gonna do shit. But Jonathan represents, just because I'm gay don't mean I won't knock you in your shit, okay? And that's why I've always liked Jonathan. He can really fight. He's gonna be about it, not just say it. I can beat your ass. No, he can really beat your ass. We saw it. Let's not forget last season when he dog walked Rio through that house. Shall we forget how he literally dog walked, like Rio was sliding across the floor and Jonathan was just, I mean, I was scared and I was at home. Now, at the promo shoot with all the guys there, it was giving pick me. It was giving who's the biggest, baddest punk. Because Natalie's like, whose city is this? Who runs this? And they're all like, this is my motherfucking city. I run this shit. Like, where's the originality? Where's the authenticity? Because right now I'm seeing the same of every fucking thing. Like, the only ones, like I've told y'all, that stand out to me thus far are the ones that aren't doing the most. The Princes, the Raz B's, who's the other one that's sitting back not doing much? Y'all get what I'm saying. Carry On and Prince. Like, if I was there, if I was on this show, I guarantee y'all, that would be me. I'd be back there in the middle of Carry On and Prince, like this, watching them like, really? Y'all look a fucking fool. Fighting for camera time. Just fighting for who's the biggest, baddest queen. Who is the biggest and baddest fairy of them all? Like, really? Come on. Like, we ain't got to do all that to be noticed. Now, Natalie tells all the boys, all right, boys, I'm leaving. Do your big one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Whatever. And just as she gets ready to walk on the Sprinter van, Jonathan runs around and just decks Anthony right in the face. Decks him right in the face. And I was not expecting that. Were y'all expecting that? I was not expecting that. But listen, we ain't going to have a Zeus premiere without a fight. I knew there was going to be a fight coming at the end. I just didn't know when, where, who, how, or why. But I knew it was coming. Now, this is what I tried telling y'all about Chef D. Because you see, when Jonathan went around there and bopped Anthony in the face, what did Chef D do? The first chance he got, he ran up on Anthony too. And It was the jumpation of it all. Here we go with the jumping thing again. And I know some of y'all are going to come in these comments talking about he wouldn't jump in. They didn't jump him, just like Big Lou claimed. They didn't jump him. They didn't jump. Let me tell y'all something. Anytime two people are fighting, let me break it down. It's easy for y'all that's slow in the back. You got two people and they're fighting. Anytime you have this, and then you have this person over here run into that fight, and now you got 2-on-1, it's called jumping. I don't know about where y'all come from, but where I come from, you jump, hence the word jump in. If you jump in on a fight, you're jumping someone. Now, granted, I agree that sometimes there needs to be some jumpation, you know? And I know some of y'all may be thinking, well, which side are you on? Either you agree with jumping or you don't. I don't agree with jumping unless let's say this. Someone goes to and when I say this, I say I only agree with jumping in very certain slim situations. You did some shit, somebody in my family, and then you get out of jail for it. We coming to jump your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't play with, look, we could even go as far as saying like a sicko, like a fucking child molester. Somebody who, you know, I got somebody in my family, or I got a friend and you've done some shit to their child, or you've sexually assaulted my friend. You know, certain things, y'all get where I'm trying to say when it comes to this. Jumping only should be necessary in certain situations. Like somebody that really deserves to get their ass kicked. Not no shit just because y'all beefing. Okay? Like, come on now. What business did Chef D have running up in that fight behind Jonathan and jumping on Anthony? You wanted a moment because you was a thirsty ass bitch. And I really hope that Chef D gets what's coming to him before the season's over. This is the thing about Chef D, as I said before. Making plates for celebrities didn't get him the clout that he wanted. Bumping purses with Saucy Santana didn't give him the clout that he wanted, because Saucy didn't want him because they both bottoms. So somebody had to do the bending and the fucking. And guess what? Chef D couldn't complete that mission. So the clout from Saucy Santana wasn't working when Santana sent his ass to the curb. So now he's on Bad Boys, acting a fucking fool, thirsting for a moment. Drew running down he was waiting for that moment. He was waiting for a moment he could run up in there with his dusty, crusty paws and jump on Anthony. Which we see later, which we'll get into what. I'm still trying to learn everybody's name, y'all. So if I pause, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure I don't say the wrong name. We seen D run up on Anthony, but my thing is, if you had a problem with him, like you said you do in the show, you should have went up to him one-on-one, or let Jonathan do his big one. Once it's all said and done, then you walk up to Anthony. Okay, I got a problem with you too. Let's go. But instead, you waited till your bodyguard, Jonathan, ran up first, and then you behind him, trying to get the scraps. And I see you, Big D. I see you. Chef D is a big punk, and I'm gonna stand by that. Okay. He's my least favorite already. I don't know about y'all, but Chef D is my least favorite already. Now Anthony was screaming, "You ain't do shit, ho! You ain't do shit, ho!" But now Anthony, I didn't agree with what they did to you, but we all saw that head bounce up against that bus. He got his lick in. Y'all saw it. We all saw that. Boom. His head bounced up against that bus. Anthony got that, or Jonathan got that lick in, Anthony. You can't deny that, and it's on camera. We saw that. It was like roll bounce, baby. Boom. Now, Jonathan says the reason why he hit Anthony the way he did is because Anthony allowed Rio to book a $300 VIP table at Anthony's club. Anthony has a nightclub somewhere in Texas, not sure which city, and he let Rio come in, buy a $300 table, and apparently that's why Jonathan is upset. But I'm like, come on, Jonathan. Is it really that deep? You really mad at him over that? Because in my opinion, for Anthony, that was business. Why he gonna turn down business for your feelings? Why is he gonna turn down $300 table plus drinks and everything else they were gonna buy? Why would he turn that down just because you don't like the boy? Like I could see maybe if Jonathan and Anthony were like this, like bitch, you let one of my enemies in your club. Like I could kind of see that. But even then, business is business. Money is money. Like you gonna give me the $300 for his table since you want me to be that loyal to you? I don't know. I just didn't understand it. Do y'all think Jonathan attacking Anthony was warranted? Do you think the whole club thing with Rio was worth Jonathan running up on Anthony and punching him? I just don't. And I also feel like producers could have been up to this. I think they wanted a big fight for the premiere episode. They didn't want the premiere episode to not have a fight. This is Bad Boys. So they put a bug in Jonathan's ear. I honestly believe they put a bug in Jonathan's ear to go hit Anthony. Now, some of you might say, well, how would the producers know that he had this issue with Anthony? But let me put y'all up on a little bit of game. When these shows, before a reality show starts to film, producers call or meet up with each cast member individually, and they ask them, who do you have a problem with? Who do you like the most? Who is your best, you know what I'm saying? They strategically talk to the cast members. That way they can start piecing in their mind, okay, Jonathan don't like Anthony. So maybe on episode 1, we can, put a bug in Jonathan's ear and get him to attack Anthony. That's what I think happened. Now, we could give him the benefit of the doubt. And we could say maybe Jonathan was just trying to, kind of like when you go to jail or prison the first time, you want to fight and show everybody that you ain't no punk, you ain't no pussy. Maybe that's what Jonathan was doing. Maybe he was wanting to show all the boys that were in the house, especially the straight boys, like, I'm not to be fucked with. Or maybe it was the producer. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think producers put Jonathan up to it? Or do you think he just wanted to do his big one and show people he was not to be fucked with? But here's the thing, Jonathan. We know you're not to be fucked with. We saw last season. We saw you dog walk Rio. So let me know in the comments if y'all think Jonathan was wrong for swinging on Anthony. And should Anthony have denied Rio access to his club just because him and Jonathan were friends? What do y'all think about that one as well? Now, Jonathan gets in his truck. I don't know if he has a mobile hair salon or what that was, that big purple truck he was in. But he got in his truck and he starts backing it up, claiming he's going to run over Anthony. Producers and everybody's like, no, stop. And I'm like, if you watched my Baddies season finale after show, you will know. I just said the same thing. Here we go with the Zeus liabilities. Y'all got this man trying to run over people in the fucking road. It's a liability. Are we going to wait till someone gets hurt or killed? Like, what the fuck, Zeus? Y'all need to have a long talk with Jonathan. Look, Jonathan, we know y'all going to be fighting on this show, but you got to have some restraint. You cannot be, just fighting, running over people, attempted murder. Now, Chef D says the reason why he jumped in on all that was because Anthony was talking shit about him online. Yawn. We're bored. Girl, bye. You wanted a moment. You wanted to look like you were something on the first episode. You wanted to shine. So you went after him while Jonathan was doing it. Come on. Stop playing. We know what the fuck is up. Now, look, I came in not really caring for Anthony and really liking Jonathan a lot, but now I'm looking at y'all sideways like, what the fuck is up? But listen, last season, Anthony did think he ran the house. And he probably thought he was running, this season too. Look, we didn't see what happened up until the promo shoot, because all the boys actually met before the promo shoot. That's one thing I don't like that Zeus does. They let all the cast members mingle and meet before filming actually starts. That takes away the authenticity of it. Like, we want to see their genuine, raw first interactions. So we don't know if something's happened with Anthony before they started film. We don't know what happened. Then Chef D, while you running your big ass overgrown mouth, you would have not had any of that energy had Jonathan not been there. I don't care what nobody says. Now, Big Lou and Chef D are saying Anthony did not get jumped. But where I come from, that was a jump. We talked about it here. We won't get into it again. I know y'all might disagree with me, but it was a jump. And we had this same conversation a couple weeks ago on one of the after shows as well. If your friend starts swinging on someone, are you going to jump in? Now let me say this. If your friend is beating someone's ass, like they don't need no help, are you going to jump in? Let me say that. Now, if your friend is fighting and they getting their ass whooped, I'm not going to let my friend get their ass whooped. But if I can see that my friend can handle it, go right ahead. Go right ahead. And somebody said in the comments last time when I was talking about this, they were like, oh no, if you didn't jump in while your friend wasn't, if you wouldn't jump in while your friend was beating ass, don't jump in when they're getting their ass beat. So I'm supposed to just sit there while they get stomped down? No, I'm going to let my friend handle it if they can handle it. But if I see they need backup, bitch, I'm coming in. Okay? That's another example of when I agree with jumping. If it's my friend and I see they getting their ass whooped, I'm jumping in, period, point blank. I feel like that's just a human instinct. Why would you not want to protect your friend? Okay, we're getting over 30 minutes here, so let me wrap this up. Obviously everybody's different. Look, everybody's different. We all have different street codes. Y'all do what y'all do where you're from. I do what I do where I'm from. We aren't all going to agree. But a few little notes before we get off here. I think his name was Ara, the little short dude. I really liked him. He reminded me. Y'all know who he reminded me of? Just take a guess. Think about it. Ara was the one he was short and his hair was kind of like slicked back. He reminded me of Lil Uzi Vert. Am I the only one that sees that? Do y'all see that? He reminded me of Lil Uzi. I like him. Now, towards the end of the episode, it's pretty evident and clear that people are starting to join teams and alliances. Like Big Lou. Big Lou is co-signing Jonathan. So, you got this little squad of Big Lou, Jonathan, Chef D, and then you kind of got Anthony over here, Relly, and others. It's just, you can kind of see everybody getting in their little teams, their little groups. Which side are you on? Now, Relly hears Big Lou talking about him. Relly hears Big Lou saying, Rel said that Anthony got jumped. Rel said that Anthony got jumped. So Relly goes over there to see why is my name being brought up? What y'all talking about? And him and Lou go back and forth about whether or not Anthony was jumped or not. And it gets heated, and Lou pushes Relly. And I'm like, baby, because Relly came in swing. Like, my thing is, if you gonna put your hands on somebody, you better make it worthwhile. Why are you gonna, like, Big Lou just pushed? Why are you gonna push? Because Rel went in swinging, pop, pop, right after. And then we get next time. Of course, they leave it with a cliffhanger. But again, that's the thing I love about people like Relly and Jonathan. Just because I wear crop tops, bitch, just because I got a limp in my wrist, a sass in my fucking voice, and a twist in my walk does not mean I won't jack you in your shit. That's what I like about Relly and Jonathan and others. They let it be known. Just because we gay, don't mean we're not going to throw the fuck down, okay? Now, swing, batter, swing. Let me know what you guys thought of the premiere of Bad Boys Texas. Who was your favorite cast member? Who was your least favorite cast member? What did you think about Jonathan swinging on Anthony? Do you feel like it was warranted? How do you feel about Jonathan saying he only swung on Anthony because Anthony allowed Rio to come into the club? Do you blame Anthony for allowing Rio to buy a $300 table, or should Anthony have been loyal to Jonathan? I want to hear what both of you had to say. Also, do you feel like Chef D and Jonathan jumped Anthony, or do you think that, that was a fair fight and Big Lou and Chef D and all them are right. I want to hear all your thoughts. I want to hear all your opinions. Make sure you chime in, join the conversation by leaving your comments, thoughts, and opinions below. Also, click the thumbs up button to show your support and like the video. I would appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the channel so you get up-to-date content when I post, and turn on your post notifications because you never know when I'm going to upload and you never know when I'm going to go live. I'm working on going live. I got to buy a StreamYard, all that good stuff. I'm working on it, I promise. So turn on your post notifications, subscribe, like, and join the conversation. Make sure if you have not checked out the Baddies West season finale after show, it is uploaded now. Go check that out. I love you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.